Hey, what's going on, guys? IC Trades here, and today we're going over a technical analysis breakdown for ticker symbol MSTR strategy using various technical analysis techniques. Now, getting right into it, as you can see on the daily chart, the stock had a massive run up around November of 2024, peaking around that 543 level. And since then, we've seen a pullback into choppy consolidation and a move up higher. And now, guys, we see this recent pullback. The question is, will MSTR continue its move downwards, or is this the bottom of the pullback and MSTR is headed to the upside? Before we dive deeper on the daily and into that, I'm going to bring you guys over to the weekly chart to get a broader perspective. Now, guys, on the weekly chart, after not doing too much at the start of 2024, MSTR went on this parabolic run, topping at 543. And, guys, before that, at that run up of around February 2024 to late March of 2024, we can see some nice run up and some nice consolidation on the weekly, holding in that range and maintaining its relative strength here, guys. Breaking out of that and reaching that parabolic 543 level. Price has been volatile, building this bull flag type of range, breaking out, and now we see our recent pullback on the weekly time frame. And right now on the weekly, guys, this is a minor pullback. We are still trading above that 20 moving average, and as you can see on our most recent candle, it is a red candle but with no upper wick and a bottom wick, meaning that sellers tried to push the stock down further this week, but buyers stepped in and closed strongly. So for the bulls, there is nothing to worry about just yet on the weekly chart, guys. This is a normal pullback after a overextended run up. And guys, we did top off at that 425.76 level, initiating this pullback as we did before around that level. So I think it's just a normal pullback. Now, guys, back on the daily chart. As you can see, during the last couple trading months, we have a breakout out of this long-term bull flag, descending bull flag type of range, break out of that for a couple months, and now we've reached the top of 425.76. And we see this pullback here, guys. We are in this pullback type of range. So from that level, we did pull back all the way to 358.20. And now, guys, we just exited this overall pullback range here as we have marked up this trend line. And we are touching this ascending support. Bounced off a couple times here, guys. So we're in an interesting level right here as this last daily candle holds strongly above this level and touches right at that possible ascending support as we bounce 1, 2. So we've quite doubled this range in the pullback. As you can see, first range was around that 425 level to say 390 level, and doubling that range, we are right at this bottom. So we had a nice consolidation range here, kind of doubled it, and now we are holding pretty nicely above that level here, guys, at 358.20 level. As you can see, the last few candles here, pretty nice, bounces nicely off of it, and these next two candles are doji type of candles, and right at that support as well as that ascending support here. So it looks to me that we've kind of found a bottom at that 358.20 level. And on the flip side, guys, if we somehow crash through this support and continue to pull back even more, wouldn't be surprising to see that 344.32 support level get hit. And if we did pull back to that 344 level, we are still in an overall uptrend, guys, because this thing is pretty overextended. We are still in an overall uptrend, so not something to panic about in the long-term picture. A move up and a retest of that 381.49 level is likely, in my opinion, considering the strength of that support level that we have here at 358.20, and the fact that we are out of this pullback trending zone here and pressed up right against that support as well as that ascending support. Now, guys, if we do get above that 381.49 level and remain strong, it wouldn't be surprising to see a second leg up higher during these next couple of months to this 430, 425 level. Keep in mind, guys, what you want to be looking for here is a stronghold above that 381 level if we are on this bullish territory. So first things first is see if this ascending support holds, right? Keep an eye on that, but we are holding up quite nicely on these last few candles, I must say. So on the daily time frame, it looks like we have found a bottom at that 358 level. Now, guys, zooming in and looking at the last 5 daily candles on MSTR, there's a clear story unfolding. We'll get right into it. So it starts off with this strong bearish candle, strong solid bearish candle, which signals heavy selling pressure and a continuation of this downtrend as we see here. This candle has little to no wick, guys. So what that means is there was a lot of selling pressure and the sellers were more so in control with that strong close here. So, guys, the next candle after that is another red candle closing inside this 5th candle here with a longer wick on the bottom, showing that there's a slight shift in momentum. The buyers are trying to push it up. Sellers try to push it down further. Buyers push it up. We close inside, creating an inside bar on this candle. Now, trending to the 3rd candle, it has a smaller body. It is a bit more neutral since the sellers did push it lower than this candle and overall lower than that 5th candle here. But we also see that sellers try to push it even further down, and the buyers stepped in once again, leaving that longer wick at the bottom. And now, guys, what follows is interesting. These next 2 candles, the most recent 2, are doji-like candles with little to no body, showing that pretty much just means, guys, that buyers and sellers were in a fight. No one clearly in control. Both of these candles closing above slightly this third candle here. So judging by these last three candles, it definitely seems that momentum may be shifting to the bulls, given that strong hold at that 358 support like we were talking about, that meet up at that possible ascending support trend line, and overall just strength, overall shift. We see these candles, these past candles, very strong bodied bearish candles. A slight gap down, very strong body bearish candle, followed up with three more red candles. But we see these last two very much indecision between the sellers and the buyers. Doji like candles, right? And that only means a shift in momentum most of the time, guys. So what that gets us to think is this could be a possible bottom and a continuation to see if we can hold above that support, continue higher, or at least try to retest that 381 level. It's what I got my eyes on right now on the daily. But guys, there's factors that play into this. Right now, MSTR from a daily perspective looks like it can do that, but keep in mind it follows Bitcoin very strongly. So if Bitcoin's getting crushed, MSTR is likely to get below the support level and continue the trend downwards. Now, I'll take you guys to the hourly to see a better view on when the stock topped off at that 430 level and consolidated, guys. We see the top off consolidation getting this range for good time, few days here, guys, of a few trading days, and then we slice through two support levels, bottoming at that 358.20 level, get out of this overall pullback range. Here's the ascending support. Here's the 358 support. If we do break these two support levels and trend lower, we could see some consolidation in this 344 to 358 range like we did before. See some consolidation there before breakout. But overall, guys, in the big picture of the hourly, we get above on this high. We consolidate for a few trading days. We break below. We're consolidating right now. We're in this consolidation phase. And now what we're looking out for is possibly a trend on this support right here and a breakout above that 381 level and a continuation higher. On the flip side, keep an eye on that 344 support level. Now, guys, take you to Bitcoin, because if you trade MSTR, you should keep an eye on Bitcoin. They often move together. We can see similar to MSTR, Bitcoin had a nice couple months of a move up, becoming a pretty overextended, pulling back just like MSTR did. And now we are bouncing off that 103,000 support level, and we're currently trading at 104,000 on Bitcoin. I do want to point out, though, guys, we have gotten below this 106,000 support zone. I should say resistance zone, because in the past, this was a very strong resistance zone. As you can see, Bitcoin tries to get above it, gets rejected hard. Bitcoin tries to get above it again, reaching 109,000, quickly rejects, goes in this long downtrend, as we can see, breaks out of that, gets above that 106,000 level, right? Holds for a few trading days, right? Good amount of trading days. And now, since this pullback, guys, we are back into this range, holding right above that 103,000 support level. So a move above that 106,000 and a hold is definitely what we want to see. This is a very strong and stubborn resistance level. Overall, guys, pretty neutral on Bitcoin. This could be a small pullback, but if we break this 103,000 support level, could definitely easily trend to that psychological 100,000 support level, get back in that range, because we have been kind of playing around through that range for some time now, guys. Definitely for some months where we're touching that 100,000. Bitcoin hits 100,000. We get below that, do it again, get below that, and hopefully, guys, this isn't another case where we've touched all-time highs and we're trending below, getting below that 100,000 again. So, guys, if things go south for Bitcoin and we see it drop below that 103,000 support level and back to that 100,000 psychological level, we could see on MSTR dropping to that 344 level if we reach 100,000 on Bitcoin. About checks out, guys, but overall, MSTR seems like it wants to hold strong above that 358.20 support level. But if Bitcoin crashes to around that 100,000 psychological level, then further down on this pullback is definitely what we could see. So, guys, to wrap it up, MSTR is in a very interesting spot right now. It shows real signs of strength at that 358.20 support level. And despite recent volatility, we're seeing a potential for a bullish reversal, especially if that 381.49 level gets reclaimed and held strongly. But as always, guys, keep a close eye on Bitcoin, because MSTR often mirrors Bitcoin's moves. So a breakdown below that 103K support on Bitcoin could definitely bring added pressure to MSTR to possibly dragging it down to near that 344 zone, especially if we're hitting those psychological 100,000 levels again on Bitcoin. So for now, the chart's telling us that the bulls aren't done yet. We are holding strong on these past couple of trading days, guys, and we're in a crucial zone. We are, and how we move from here could definitely set the tone for the next big move on MSTR as well as Bitcoin. That's all I have for you guys today. If you found this analysis valuable at all, consider liking and subscribing, as we will be continuing to cover MSTR as well as other major tickers on the channel. Trade smart, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.